Namaskar. Good evening to all of you present here. Today, in this particular stakeholders conference at Dimapur, we are very glad that the most respected Chief Minister of Nagaland, Nephew Rioji, is with us. And we have also the presence of Patonji, Deputy Chief Minister, and also Alongji, the Minister for Tourism, and Lok Sabha Member Jamiji, Rajya Sabha Member Srimati Kainakji, and we have Dr. Jech Susi, the Commissioner and Secretary, Department of Transport and Finance. And we have respected MLAs and advisor to the Chief Minister of Nagaland. And we have Sunil Singh, the Vice Chairman of Inland Waterways Authority of India, and all other ministers, dignitaries, and also the respected stakeholders, tours and travel operators, ladies and gentlemen, and my media friends. We all know that waterways is the cheapest mode of transportation. The Honorable Prime Minister, who has always been saying that without transportation, there cannot be transformation. And for your information, the Ministry of Port Shipping Waterways is the largest transporter of the country. We handle 96% of EXIM cargo, 96% by volume and 70% by value. That is the mandate we have for the speedy growth of our economy in the country. And with that principal objective, under the dynamic leadership of Honorable Prime Minister, this ministry is working hard day and night with the support of the people of the country. Wherever we have coastal area, wherever we have national waterways, in all these sectors, we have been working to have the quality implementation of our declared project under different schemes like Sagarmala, Maritime Vision 2030, Amritkal Vision 2047, and many more. Mainly to modernize, to mechanize, to digitize our system, port operation, ship handling, and also inland waterways, and also for the overall development of the community residing on the riverbank as well as coastal area of the country. So, since 2014, when Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has taken over the responsibility of the Prime Ministership in the country, he made his vision very clear for the people of the country. That we have sufficient resources in the country. Our demography, our democracy, our diversity, these are the most important basis of our resources. With this strength, we'll have to speed up our growth by undertaking most modern approach, bringing perfect policy in right place, followed by program and quality implementation. So that is why you have seen the speedy growth of the country from 11th position only in the last 10 years, how India could jump to the position of 5th largest economy in the world. It is because of the able leadership, honest leadership, dedicated leadership, hard-working leadership, visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And Honorable Prime Minister, after going through the detailed observation, assessment, and study and research, discovered that one of the most potential zone of the country is neglected for the last so many decades, that is Northeast India. And he has taken a firm view and given clear direction to all the ministers of the Government of India, all the officers, all the concerned stakeholders, that Northeast is the most potential zone of the country. It is the Ashtalasmi. Without the growth of Northeast, India cannot grow. So that is why he has declared this is the new engine for India's growth. And with this level of commitment and dedication, he has devoted time and energy and initiative by engaging all the ministers to pay visit frequently to the northeastern states, not only as a tourist, but as a committed soldier of the country, for the promotion of Northeast, for the speedy growth of Northeast. That is why his direction was very clear, that you go and spend the night and having dialogue with the people of Northeast and try to understand their hopes and expectations. And please take their view and consider their view. And from your ministry, anything, any project pending for so many years, this is to be brought to the book and take a firm view that this particular project should be completed within a time frame. So this is how he had put his initiative. And you have seen earlier, we being the Northeasterner, we deeply realize it, that before 2014, when you are to approach the government at Delhi, it's very difficult to have their time. For days together, you had to spend your time in the hotel waiting for their green signal to come. But there was no availability, either of the ministers or the officers. But Honorable Prime Minister has said, no, you please don't harass the people of Northeast. You please go to their doorstep and contact them. And please make yourself available for their opinion to be put forward before you. And please have time for them so that they feel that capital has been shifted from Delhi to Northeast. And I believe this is practically happened. You also, I believe, feel it, because I'm a Northerner. I need not have to say anything in excess. But whatever reality of thing is happening, that is what I'm just putting forward before you today. So I also, during my student leadership, as Jamir has rightly recalled those days, how NSF, ASU, and NESU, you all work together to bring peace and tranquility and strengthening our years-long brotherhood, friendship, and also working together for the speedy growth of Northeast. This is what we had, the common agenda to follow. So during that time also, when on behalf of NESU, we went to Delhi waiting for central government's, appointment. No. So this is the most, kind of regret. And we all always feel that this should not happen. And I believe Honorable Prime Minister has rightly taken a very, very strong view. And because of his visionary leadership, because of his love and affection to the people of Northeast, because of his dedication and commitment to the people of Northeast, whatever he could able to deliver in the last 10 years, because of this successful delivery of his initiative, now Northeast is not only known to the people of the country, but known to the people of the world. And this particular handloom, isn't it? This product, such a world-class product. I was just telling Honorable Chief Minister, and he was telling me that now in the global market, it is very, very highly acceptable. This is the power of women of Nagaland, the skill of women in Nagaland. This is called women empowerment. And now, to promote this kind of traditional product, Honorable Prime Minister is wearing himself in a different given occasion. You have seen it in the national and global event. So this is his love to our culture, to our heritage, to our existence. And he wants that these are the people, most potential, courageous, honest, dedicated people of Northeast must be promoted, must be given space. That is what he did it. And that is why I have come today with a very clear agenda. I want to help out because it is his direction that you must go, and he has given direction to all the ministers. Even all other ministers are going to come. You have always been meeting them. So now whatever available water bodies are here in Nagaland, and out of the 111 declared national waterways, one of the most potential national waterways is Tiju Junki. This is 101, national waterways number 101. Now it is, according to our officers, they are saying that even about years back, Honorable Chief Minister Rioji went to Delhi and he had also submitted a proposal. And he requested me to immediately take up a very, very strong initiative so that the movement of the cargo vessel, passenger vessel, cruise vessel might be possible. So, and today I am also informed that Doyang Lake, one of the most beautiful lake in the entire Northeast, and it is which is known to be the falcon capital of the world, isn't it? So I believe the flora and fauna, whatever natural resources we have in this particular lake, I think it needs special attention from both of us, Government of India, Government of Nagaland. So definitely we'll put our effort, and as you know, national waterways. Earlier, up to 2014, it was confined to only 5. The cargo handling capacity was confined to only 30 million metric ton per annum. But Honorable Prime Minister, he has directed the concerned ministries and also the domain expert, please do the research and study properly and bring out the most feasible report to me after going through techno-economic feasibility report. This has been submitted, and with the National Waterways Act 2016, accordingly 111 altogether national waterways has been recognized in the country, with the distance more than 20,000 kilometers. In the coastal area from Gujarat to West Bengal, from west coast to east coast, Arabian Sea to Bay of Bengal, the total length is 7,500 kilometers. And in the inland waterways, total length is 22,000 kilometers. So these are the potentialities. And in all the rivers, the draft of the water, draft depth, available water is not possible because during the winter season, the riverbed comes up. As a result, the river become not feasible, not viable for our movement of vessel, either it is passenger vessel or cargo vessel. But there are some person where water is full, sufficient draft is there, that can be properly utilized by way of developing infrastructure facility on the boat bank, so that this bank people can communicate the other bank of the people within a short span of time by crossing the river by the vessel. Number one. Number two, also sending their product to the other bank of the river within a short span of time. So this is the way cheapest mode of transportation and exchange of culture and social amalgamation, everything is possible, because water is the source of all kind of energy. And this water is the gift of God, not by created human society, but it is created by God. So this blessing, power should be properly utilized by the human psychology, human mindset, human kind of initiative and human vision. So this is why Honorable Prime Minister has given this direction to this ministry, that please take most relevant and most scientific, most modern initiative so that this particular waterways can give you prosperity, happiness, strength and ability, wisdom, knowledge and power. So this is what India is doing now under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister. Among the 149 maritime nations in the world, India now could able to position very competitively according to the World Bank Logistic Performance Reports Index. We have been positioned earlier at the bottom line, but because of the Honorable Prime Minister's vision and modern initiative, we could able to promote our position in many parameters, 44 to 22nd, 58 to 38, and also could able to position 9 Indian ports within 100 top performing port of the world. So this is the power of the maritime trade, maritime initiative, maritime industry, and all kind of maritime activities. That is why the student of Northeast, most potential, most resourceful, but they need the skill of the maritime trade, maritime industry, shipping industry. So that is why Honorable Prime Minister has directed us to set up a maritime skill development center in Northeast. Now it is running. In the near future, we want to develop among the 44 trade. If we could develop maximum student in the maximum trade, they will achieve that particular ability to operate cargo vessel, passenger vessel, cruise vessel, ocean cruise, river cruise, coastal cruise, all kind of activities, and even port operation. So in all the parameters, the boys and girls from Northeast could perform not only in the Indian shipping industry, but across the world. This is what the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister. That is why even in American Maritime Department, European Maritime Department, this Singapore and all Southeast Asia, Africa, Russia, everywhere, wherever the activity of maritime industry is far more powerful. And as you know, world trade is totally governed by Maritime Department. World trade, whether it is Pacific Ocean, Mediterranean Sea, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arabian Ocean, Gulf of Eden, Red Sea, Suez Canal, everywhere, you will discover that how world economy is governed by this particular sector. That is why this is the most resourceful sector where we need more manpower, highly skilled manpower. That is why we want to skill the boys and girls from Northeast. That is why many more institutions are going to come to provide high skill to our young generation so that tomorrow they can be well established, well settled in different jobs in the operations of this particular sector, and also creating avenues for their employment, and also generating revenues, and also income generation directly and indirectly. Just I want to cite out one example and I'll conclude. In the recent past, under the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister, we have taken a resolution that India is going to set up one port at Badawan, Maharashtra. The port will have the handling capacity of 23.2 million TEUs. This is one of the top 10 ports in the world. And this port not only generates the higher amount of revenue for the country, but this port is going to provide job for 12 lakhs people. 12 lakhs, more than 1 million. That is why to have 12 lakhs skilled people around, Northeast will also have to play a very important role. That is why this skill giving to the young generation is very, very important. That's why I have come with this particular submission before all of you. Nagaland is always known, most cultured, most courageous, brave, very nice people around, very honest, very committed people. And above all, you have rich traditional culture, heritage, and to make India self-reliant nation. Along with the other states of the country, Nagaland will also have to play a very, very important role tomorrow. And this ability and power is very much with you. And that is why, with this particular conviction, I believe we'll have to walk together hand in hand. Bharat Sarkar और प्रदेश सरकार, नागालैंड सरकार, दोनों सरकार मिलके हम एक साथ काम करेंगे और हमारे बीच जो भी जलमार्ग आप लोगों ने जो भी अभी हमें कहा है कि इस जलमार्ग पे कदम उठाना चाहिए ताकि हम क्रूज टूरिज्म को बढ़वा दें। और जितना भी क्रूज इंडस्ट्री बढ़ेगा इतना ही हमारा रोजगार संभव होगा। और हमारे नागालैंड की जो भी एक्सपोर्टर इंपोर्टर है उनके लिए भी मैं विशेष रूप से आग्रह करता हूं, एक्सपोर्टर एंड इंपोर्टर ऑफ नागालैंड, प्लीज डू यूटिलाइज व्हाट एवर facility we are developing on the river Brahmaputra and its tributary. Now, because of the dredging facility we made available, we are bringing over-dimensional cargo, which is not possible by truck, from Haldia, Calcutta port to Numaligarh Refinery. For the expansion project of Numaligarh Refinery, it is Inland Waters Authority of India, CISL, carrying all this over-dimensional cargo. One cargo, you have seen it in the paper, I believe in the TV also. So far, 6 consignment we have brought by Dhansiri River. Dhansiri is a river starting from Nagaland, isn't it? So, this river is providing these waterways. And the cheapest, because this over-dimensional, overweight cargo cannot be transported by truck or trolley. It will create problem in the roadways. That is why we have come into an agreement with the Numaligarh Refinery, and according to the agreement, whatever over-dimensional cargo will be brought to the different part of the globe and different part of the country, it will be all being transported through waterways, from Calcutta through Bangladesh to Dhubri and to Kaziranga, then Dhansiri, and by dredging, making the sufficient draft for the movement of the vessel to the targeted destination. This is what successfully you are operating. Now, Nagaland is very close to this particular part, and tomorrow, if somebody, one of you, like to transport your cargo to our vessel to Calcutta and from Calcutta to the global market, this can be accessible. You can utilize it. We are always be helpful to you because we are bringing many more schemes now to give incentive to the vessel operators and also the cargo transporter, so that they feel very comfortable by way of undertaking waterways as the most cheapest mode of transportation for the future faster growth. With this word, I again extend my heartiest thanks to Chief Minister Yoji for giving this time to this event along with your colleague. And really, this particular event, for the first time happening in the Hill State, I am thinking that we Northeasterners must have a strong feeling of togetherness in the field of action and initiative. That is why, under the direction of Honorable Prime Minister, I have come here today, and you have all supported this event to make a grand success. Really, I am especially thankful to all of you present here today, and appeal all the tours and travel operators and also the cargo handlers, exporter, importer, please do contact with our regional office. Anything you want, we are always there to help you. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Your every word meant a lot to us. And now I request